through the city like Brendan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brendan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brendan Thick Boy Schaub.
What is poppin', fam? 11:02, Friday, August 7th. What is happening? Welcome to the Big Brown Breakdown Live. It's Friday, kids. It's Friday. We made it. Everybody made it. How's the chat doing? This is the episode every Friday where I answer all your questions. I usually try to get through every single one. I feel like we've been doing a good job of that. Sometimes I miss them if they're flying by, but Show, what's up, Scrub Daddy King? Yeah, I just posted the Scrub Daddy commercial, which I want to say I shot that 4 months ago. I mean, I was on set literally probably 12 hours. You'll see me. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. It is interesting. I mean, such a big shoot. It's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. It's a fun one. Definitely get roasted for it. Scrub Daddy, the owner of Scrub Daddy's in it. You'll see him in there. It's it's TV. It's stuff like that. What can you do? What can you do? Cameron, yo, checking in from a roof, just a straight roof in Fort Worth. I don't think you can play the commercial, right, Chin?
No, I don't want to risk that one for sure.
Yeah, I don't think so. Show, did you shoot more scenes than that, or did you know you're just a background character? I knew I was just a background character. Like I said, when I got the set, I was like, oh, I see what they're doing. Because even though, we're basically background characters in this, like they went through a lot of stuff to get these people in this commercial. I'm like, oh, I see what they're doing. They're killing two birds, one stone, because they're using people with big followings, big names, and they're putting in the background, so they repost it. I get what they're doing. Yeah, like if you go to my, where you going, Chin? Oh, yeah, you're good. I don't need that up, brother. If you go to my IG story, I didn't know too many people, but you'll see if you go to my IG story, Chin, my only friend on the set, it's in my story. I go to the story.
1 second.
Technical difficulties.
Just put on my.
Go to my latest one. Keep going. That one. Hailey Deegan. She was my only friend there. So it was me and her. She had as much time as I did on set. Yeah, she's a little badass. Really good driver. Her brother's like a superstar. Superstar.
She's pretty too.
Yeah, she's super pretty. Her brother's a badass. The whole family's badass. Her dad started Metal Militia.
Oh, him.
Yeah, super badass.
Oh, freaking
she's
Brian Deegan.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, her dad's Brian Deegan, and then her, she's a professional driver, man. She's a little badass. Slowfit says, is this the commercial you were alluding to yesterday's show? Yeah, man. Carlos, love the mongoose. So the mongoose is dope, right? I heard they're going out of business, though. I heard mongoose isn't doing their thing. Leland Bond, saw you 10 times at the Comedy Store. That was where I'd take dates to judge if they're cool or not. You helped that. Yeah, way to go, dude. Nelson, the fireman. Any thoughts on the Lindsey Clancy trial? Not familiar with it. Oh, Mongoose is still doing their damn thing. That's cool. Chin, bring up Lindsey Clancy. Glam Cocktail. Hey, B, send Ian Gary some Scrub Daddies. No, he does all that dishes in his house. Yeah, right? The Share Show, was your hair real? Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure it is. Pantasia or Van? I'll take Van. Oh, God, the Lindsey Clancy. Yeah, I tried to block that out. She murdered 3 of her kids. Yeah. The kid stuff I can get down with. Drew Casablanca says the boys on Golden Hour talked about how Jonah Hill's rant about his BJJ. I would assume Eric and Chris were like, man, you never know. I bet he's pretty good, you know? If he's training hard, some bullshit like that because they have no clue. Could Chris take him out in the streets? I would assume so. Marshall says, Schaub, you hear Elliot Page said Jonah Hill can get those hands? That's hilarious. Yeah, where's Gemma? Gemma's there? Yep. Kyle Carson, I wouldn't be mad if they signed Usman Nurmagomedov and just signed him to a title shot right away. Not the way it works. Aaron, am I the only one who doesn't care if Conor comes back or not? I'm with you. It's over. The ride's over. I hope he gets healthy and he's happy, but it's over. Adriano, wanting the SRT TRX, keep it mostly stock, but I've been eyeing the Raptor R. What do you think would be a better ride since it's staying mostly stock? Probably that new TRX. More horsepower. Those are fun. Better interior. I'm a Hellcat guy, so I'm a little biased. Slow Fit. Speaking of firemen, I passed my fitness test last weekend with flying colors. Let's go. Good for you, man. Nate Dogg, Schaub, when will Will Sasso come back to TFAT? Probably not for a hot second because he has a baby now. Leland Bond says, and shout out from the Palisades Village where we met in that long-ass line for Just Okay Coffee, right? Cameron says, Ian Gary has to think this PR problem is a real deal, right? No. I think he's naive to it. I think the people in his circle are like, dude, you're crushing it. That's what I think is going on. Philip, I get it, brother. Welcome to the party. Omar, damn, I'm standing in the kitchen next to some scrub daddies right now. Happy to know I'm supporting you, my man. Dude, they pay me a one-time fee. I don't have any ownership in the company, nothing like that. I mean, dude, that TV shit, that commercial stuff, the amount of money they must have paid. I know what I got paid and some of the other people. There has to be a better way to do it, you know? I feel like I could got more engagement if I shot on my iPhone. Especially with the people they had there, but to each its own. Cody Burns, Chin, scroll up to my question. I need Big Brown's opinion. Kate Klein, welcome to the party. I don't see your question, Cody. Sure you can. Cody, keep going. Do you see a Cody? There he is. Oh, Cody says, oh, that's right. I can't see a lot of it. What's the one fight that got canceled that broke your heart? And don't say Tony versus Khabib. I'll go first. The rematch with Charles and Islam when Charles cut his eye in camp. That one was bad. This Arman Charles one kind of pisses me off. Yeah. No, that's not. I'm not thrilled about it. I think Huffy. I think it's annihilated, man. Jimmy, do you think Ian Gary's watching The View right now? Oof, he might. Matthew Shan, Yobi just started fight camp. That thing kicks my ass. Made me realize I can't fight for shit. Thought I had hands. Nah, I just got to do it more, brother. Philip says, I think Pantoja's going to win against Van, but you're right about Van. He will be back in champ in no time. Yeah, maybe. What Van did in his last fight, I was so impressed with. I'm rooting for Van. Like Mukai, what if there was a Peloton for BMX? Wouldn't be that comfortable, though, you know? Nate Dogg, hey, Schaub, do you see that Cummins is coming out with a new 7.2 liter straight six? No. That breaks my heart since I just bought a Cummins. Sam says, does that new Ian Gary ad make you want to go vegan or what? Far from it. Drew says, how do you feel about Justin Gaethje not fighting for the rest of the year? So the Bell's just chilling for a year now? He's kind of deserved it as much as, you know, he's given his health and brain cells to the UFC. He earned it. You know, he's just waiting for that big money fight. That's all he's doing. It's smart. Like, what's he going to do? Fight Arman? Like, no one cares. Alfie says, I feel like Pantoja has come back too quick to come back his best. We'll find out. Cameron says, is Charles waiting for the winner of Arman and Huffy? No, they're going to move on. East Texas Timepiece, is Ian Gary doing this so people tune in for him to lose or what? No, I don't think that's it. I don't know. I do not know. I think him and his team think this is the right way to go, and we're different, Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't get it. King Quincy, did you see the trailer for the new movie starring Michael Bisping? No. Bisping's killing it, though. That dude got into acting. He's been running with it. Oh, it's like, the Atlas King? We'll get kicked off if you play it, Jim.
I'm just showing you. That's it.
Damn, and he's like straight up the star.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Damn. Co-starring with Cuba? I mean, Bisping's straight up actor now. Whoa, big boy movie.
And that was that girl from Walking Dead, the wife. It always has to do with MMA, though, right? Which is kind of like a bummer.
I guess if you want to look at the glass half empty, I mean, Bisping's in a fucking movie, dude.
I know.
That's a big
dope.
deal. It's a big deal. But you gotta start off doing stuff like this, and then this seems like it's his first like major role where he's like at least the co-star. And then once they realize he can do it, that's when you start venturing out and you're not just a fighter, tough guy, Yeah. But you gotta start somewhere, and of course they're gonna start him as the badass. Dang, good for Bisping. That's badass, man. Well, we all can't be Bisping. I made a cameo in a Scrub Daddy commercial. I was there for 12 hours, and I am in that video for literally 2 seconds. Omar, Scrub Daddy has to ball out, man. They're not here to take part. They're here to take over. Yeah, Scrub Daddies are everywhere. John, hey, B, what's the website again to buy merch? BigBrownLive.com. Get you some. Cade says, Bo Nickal's a champion by this time next year. New fan of the show. All your MMA picks are automatic. I don't know about that, brother. I'm pretty biased. Bo Nickal, champion by this time next year. So he'll fight one more time this year. Nah. Even if you just look at the strength of schedule, what's going on, so he'll fight one more time this year, and then that might get him crack the top 10 if you're lucky. He's 2 big fights away from getting a title shot. Jose, welcome to the party. Chris, what's your go-to coffee? Black Raffle, just black is mine. Yep, same. I think mine's the Silencer is what I use. But and it doesn't matter if it's a dark roast, light roast. I put so much in there, everything's dark to me. Gian, who's the fighter you think of that had the most potential to be champ but never did? Gus's Finn. Leland says, not so hot take. Pete Crow is very zesty. Harvard, Westlake, huge red flag. Shout out to Campbell Hall. Man, Harvard Westlake has some monsters, man. I don't know if he's zesty. He comes from 2 parents that are actors, so maybe that's why it looks like he's a little zesty in his tank. Patty, Conor finally had a knee brace on after his surgery. Must be real, right? Right? Yeah, I assume it's real. Tofar says, bro, the red light bet at Ways to Well was no joke. Makes my at-home one look like a toy. Yeah, but that's what they do, bud. And are you one of those guys, because it's supposed to be good for your eyes, so you look with your eyes wide open? I'm like, I need to see some more research before I stare into this light. Jesse says, I have a feeling Huffy is going to stop Arman. I don't know why. I feel you. It could happen. It's MMA. It could happen. He's exploded, especially in the first round or early second round. But after that, he's cooked. The Shay Show, do you have more fun with your Hummer or your old TRX? My Hummer. It'd be tough to beat my Hummer. Cody Burns, maybe unpopular opinion, but I think DDP could be a 2-weight champ. I feel 205 is an easy fit for him due to size. That's not unpopular opinion. I agree. He would have to be champ at middleweight first. This day and age, you probably wouldn't have to defend. They could jump up 205. He'd have an easier time at 205 than 85, I think. There's less talent up there. Austin says, UFC 331 debut for Van Al. Super excited. I'm not familiar with him. Trend God, what do you think about Tommy Guns versus Lyrian Douglas next fight? I like that. It's not too much too soon, but I'm not mad at that. Have you guys been following Tommy Guns on social media? He's an interesting one. He's a wild boy. He's a super wild boy. Nicholas says, hey, so should I just hold a heavy dumbbell timed after every workout for a better grip strength? Yeah, at the end of your workout, do it. If you do it before your workout, you're not going to be able to lift as much. Your grip's going to be shot. Graphic Gorilla, I made it. What's up, fam? Graphic made this shirt, dudes. Sam, who do you think Usman should fight for his first fight? You think he should get someone in the top 10 or work his way from top? No, has to be like, I would say top 6. Yeah, he is a undefeated world champion, like top 6. They're not going to make it easy for him. Trend God, Diego versus Yair should have been the fight to make. Yeah, I feel like since they didn't do Diego versus Yair, I agree it was the fight to make, but I feel like since they didn't do Diego Yair, we're going to get Diego Charles. And GM Reed, good question. Schaub, what champion do you think will be the next one to lose their belt? The next one? I mean, Joshua Van fights in like, 4 or 5 weeks? I mean, just because he's coming up the fastest and he has a very tough task in front of him. I'll say Van, but I think he wins that fight, but he has the potential to lose his belt next. After him, probably Mackenzie Dern. Jermaine Jones, sorry I'm late, fam. It's all good. You guys always apologize when you're late. It's all good, man. They dog. Did someone upset Black Ross? I think he's just busy, guys. Cody Burns. Wait, where are we at? Mike Street. Sorry, missed yours. Thank God it's Friday. Motos has his first scrimmage game tonight, playing defensive tackle and fullback. Ooh, big cat. B, how do you keep the kids' confidence up after a nasty divorce? I try it every day. I need some more information, brother. How old are they? Yeah, that's tough. Kids come after a nasty divorce. I don't know, brother. I don't know. When my parents got divorced, I was like 8. I just went all in on sports to deal with it. So, but let me know how old they are, and then let me know how old they are. But defense tackle and fullback, I love that. Yeah, Tiger, they've been putting at running back. Then put him at halfback because he'll be H-back in a motion. They hand off to him. Buddy, it's so hilarious. It's so funny. Cody Burns, if Alex would have stayed at 205, him versus Olberg, take all my money. Agree. I think Alex could go back down, though, and fight for that belt. J. Luke, imagine Ian Gary's post-fight interview if he wins. Yep, when he's inside the cage, he's okay. It's outside that we got to worry about him. You know, he gets really gay outside. Member for 2 months, Justin Stanley. Have we been doing this 2 months, Chen?
It's a surprise to me.
Hey, chat, share your picks for this weekend's UFC event. Are we all on killing Solkid? I want him to win. East Texas timepiece would have been too quick, but Gable versus Tai Tuivasa would be a good way for Gable to show off that wrestling. I like that better than his other fight. At least you're fighting a name, even though the guy's on a 7-fight losing streak. Alex said, what the hell? I didn't get a notification for this one. Weird. I wonder why. Is that on our part? Did Chin not send it out? Does YouTube send it out?
If they click notifications, they should always get it.
I feel like we should start the chat before 11. Omar, hasn't Bisping been in quite a bit of movies? Yeah, he's been in a ton, man. He's crushing it. I love Bisping. Nate Dogg, I made my acting debut in Marshall season 2. I'll be a construction worker. Look out for me on episode 8. Tight move. My kids are really into like ghost stuff, and they'll watch these 2 younger kids on YouTube that are quote unquote ghost hunters. So I was watching this morning with them. I'm like, this is so lame, dude. This is not real ghost hunting. So I was like, you guys ever heard of Ghost Adventures? They're like, no. I'm like, that's my boy Zach, right? So I show him an episode of Ghost Adventures, and it's like, you know, for a 10 and 6-year-old, it's real shit. So they're like, what? They love like when they dive into the history of the haunted house, all that stuff. And I go, you guys like this? Yeah, I go to season, I think it's season 8, episode 2. They're like, why? And they click on it, and I'm on there. Dude, they freaked out this morning. They freaked out. As a dad, that's cool. I get some cool points this morning. Drew Casablanca, can't believe Joshua Van is the underdog. It's not much, minus 115. That's basically even money, though, brother. Isaiah goes, ties on that Dodger losing streak, and the UFC said, I don't give a hell. Here's a Despena. Yep. Yeah. They're not doing him any favors. But Despena, remember too, like he wasn't shit when he came to the UFC. He's also every bit of 30. So don't get me wrong, he's good in the heavyweight division, super weak right now, but he's no world beater. He beat an older JDS, and everyone's like, oh my God. Mikey Mukai, have you seen the pitching simulator with the actual pitcher on the screen? Yeah, it's really dope. Philip, I never understood the vegan thing. I love meat, fish, and vegetables. It's great. Yeah, listen, my mom's been vegan since the day I was born. She participates in PETA. She's not like an extremist with it, but she definitely donates and shit like that. It's just misunderstood. You know, there's a million examples why vegan doesn't really work. Show, real question, did they actually give you Scrub Daddy products to take home? No, but my wife does use them every day. When I told her, I'm like, hey, I just got booked for a Scrub Daddy commercial. She's like, what? And I didn't know what they were, I'll be honest. She's like, that we use them every day. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And then she's like, how the commercial go? I'm like, girl, I was 12 hours on the set. I shot all these takes. And then when they sent me the commercial yesterday, I was all, you know that meme of that kid like, that was me yesterday when they sent me the Scrub Daddy commercial. What are you going to do? Alfie, what do you think of the year-long league format between Arman, Patty, Charles, Ilya? 2 points for your finish, 1 point. No, you're talking about what PFL tried? It's a disaster. No one follows along. Like, that ain't the way to do it. Omar, GSP is a movie star, too. He was in the Monster, Inc. sequel. Monsters University or something? I don't think so, buddy. You talking about Pixar? I don't think so. GSP, I think, was in one movie, but he ain't like Bisping. Bisping, like, a legit actor. Like, trains, always booking gigs. Like, Bisping's doing the damn thing. Beard Dad, let's go. Nelson the Fireman. Uncle Chael's take is that Ian Gary's playing the heel. I disagree. It's because it's not even a heel move. It's like a soft move. There's a way to play the heel. That ain't it. East Texas timepiece, toasty out here in Texas. Yep, it is. You get used to it, though. Carlos, what do we think about the niche card, B? The Noche? I assume you mean Noche. Noche's not bad. It's not, it's not going to freaking blow you, but it's not bad. Yeah, that was GSP's big movie was Captain America, Winter Soldier. I didn't watch it, but Gian Grete, would you ever do a competition show like The Challenge or Survivor? I got hit up to do the that Navy SEAL show. They had Cam Newton on there. They've had a bunch of people on there. We'll see. It's like 6 weeks and you're in the middle of nowhere. We'll see. Icom, on popular opinion, Huffy beats Arman in 2. Interesting. He could, dude. He could. Oh, Scoops is cool. No, he gets no attention from me. Look into his background. Only one of us beats our wives. Icon, bet the house on Huffy beating Arman. Mav Miller, what's your thoughts on Pantoja's return? I think everyone forgets how dominant he is. Yeah, he's a monster. He still is. He is. He's just getting older for that division. That's why, and as good as Van looked in his last fight, Van's only getting better. Welcome to the party, Quiz 14. Wrestler Dad, Gable champ by this time next year. You guys are crazy, man. Because let's say Gable probably fights one more time this year. He's going to blow the doors off Homeboy. They put him on Madison Square Garden. That's 3. Still not fighting top 15. No, Gable's still like at least 3 or 4 away. Bo has a ways to go to be a top contender. And Gable doesn't? Bo's closer than Gable. At least Bo's facing real fighters. Really wish they both embrace their strength instead of keeping it in their back pocket. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more with that. That's a great take. Trumpet Dad, yo, sorry I'm late. Don't worry about, quit saying sorry you guys are late. ALC 156, would MVP be more successful if they were to go after young unknowns and develop them? If anything, get some good young talent that they can sell off to the UFC like a rookie league? Yeah, you just got to cultivate the talent and take a risk. You know, you're not going to get numbies right away. Trumpet Dad, you watch the Hard Knocks? No, I watched this new documentary. It's on my IG story, Chin. I didn't know this. I think Rogan had the creator on it. I don't know. I didn't keep up with it. But me and my wife were looking for something to watch last night. It's on HBO called Monsters of God. It popped up, and it's so damn good. It's about the illegal, I guess you'd call it smuggling of exotic animals. It is lit. These boys, it is fun. And it's from the creators of Tiger King and the Chimp Lady one. It's damn good. It's damn good. I need murder, though. So the first episode, I was like, all right, kind of got it. They're smuggling in all these frogs and shit and illegal iguanas from Fiji. Got it. When's somebody going to get murdered? Because if you want to keep my attention for a documentary, I need some murder, dude. Dante McBride, what's your thoughts on the Contender Series? I'm the only one hyped for Tuesday nights here. No, Contender Series is awesome. And you have Bellamere competing in it soon. So I'm definitely going to watch that. Alex Gerard, rewatching the old Tough 10. Just curious if you kept any of the stuff from there, like your necklace or the gloves from your fights or anything. My dad in his basement has all that stuff, and it's framed. So you go to my dad's basement, it looks like I passed away. It's like framed shorts, autographed shorts, gloves. It's cool. Bub's Luxury Wraps. Big Brown, I'm wanting to get this Merrick blood work. You got a code, brother? Yeah, I think it's Schaub or Brendan. Pretty sure it's Schaub, though. That should help you out. The quiz. Yo, B, thanks for sending the tone on all the dads out there. There's guys doing it way before me, brother. Why did dad bods become the norm? We need to make dad bods great again. I like that. Omar, did you make the Big Brown Fight Club shirt in the Diet Coke silver color? We sure did. Go check out the site, bigbrownlive.com. Cody Burns, Joe Brown, can you give a shout out to my 8-year-old Brent and ask him to be good to his mom? Brent, be cool to your mom, dude. You only get one, pal. Be cool. Frosty Feet, Big Brown, big fan. Finally became a member. Thank you, sir. Listen to your pod forever. Thanks, sir. Abe, how about Charles versus Usman? I don't like it because Usman's in his prime. Charles has taken a step back, and he's a legend. So I just don't like it from the optics standpoint for the UFC. Like, here's this legend, multi-time world champion, most submissions ever. Here's Usman in his prime. He beats him. It's a bad look. You got to give him another dude in his prime and make it tough on him. Not saying Charles wouldn't be tough. I just, you know what I'm saying. Like, Usman hasn't earned the right to fight the likes of Charles Oliveira. You got to earn that right. You just don't come into the UFC and you're fighting Justin Gaethje, Conor McGregor, Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira, like the big boys, the big names. That ain't happening. Abe says, imagine if they did Usman versus Chandler. Sam, Diego beats Charles and gets the BMF. Maybe. Diego fights like a bonehead. You know? He could definitely lose to Charles. I don't know what you jumped all over, Chin.
I know.
You went way too far down and then keep going up, Bubba. Keep going up. Keep going up. Keep going up.
Right there.
There we go. Yep, good job. Omar, Van is a good answer. I think he loses. Pantoja's going to take him down. He could. Yeah. That fool Chris says, Brendan's so used to Brian being consistently late that us being a few minutes late doesn't bother him. Yeah, these are facts, dude. Wrestler Dad, Pantoja will never be the same. Van wrecks him this time around. Pantoja's young and Van is on a roll right now. I kind of agree. There's a lot of momentum between Van. I think him in his last fight, it was such a good fight. He looked so good. There's just confidence. He's younger. I kind of agree with you. Pantoja's not young for that division, man. Beer Dad, referring to the divorce. Gotcha. Just got to keep them busy for the divorce and never talk bad about the mom. Trust me, I know what that shit's hard. Yeah. Definitely don't talk shit about their mom. Omar, I'm starting to think that Black Ross is actually Ian Gary. That's hilarious. Jim Reed, what fighter do you think has the highest ceiling and most potential in the next few years? Tommy Guns is up there. He's a wild boy, though. I don't know well enough, and it's just for social media. As he starts fighting tougher competition, what's the discipline like there? He says the week of the fight, he was losing like $5,000 a night, gambling up all night. I don't like that. Omar, Gamrot is going to surprise people, I think. No, I mean, Gamrot at his age, we're all very aware of what he can do. It's just, he had a shot. It's Killian's time now, K8 says, I also didn't get a notification. What's up with that? YouTube hating. What is Islam's path after he beats Ian? He'll have to fight Carlos Prates. Have to fight Michael Morales, and then he probably leaves. Slofa says, what are you talking about? Sharaf, or whatever his name is a killer. He fights in the UFC. I mean, he by all technicality, yeah, if you're in the UFC, you're a killer. But there's levels when you get in there. You know what I'm saying? Jake, I love this chat. Thanks, dude. Give my girl says, tap the like with trees. It's hot out, man. I water my trees twice a day. It's hot for them. Brody, why do I feel like Gon has basically no chance against Tom, but so many people feel opposite? Because you're smart. Because you know ball. No, because Gon, he's been relevant. He's been in the spotlight. He absolutely dismantled Poatan. Meanwhile, Tom, he hasn't been around. And, what have you done for me lately in this game? He hasn't been around. So people forget how good Tom is, too. Common Cody says, I get the notification after the chat starts. I have an alarm set, so I'm on at 11 a.m. every time. Shake and bake type move.
I'll start the chat earlier then. How about that?
Yeah.
Right.
Leland says, I see you on the SMU train. No, I'm not on the SMU train. It's my son's travel ball team has the same logos and colors. Bless you. Thank you. Remember that New York Giant did that? He's all, bless you. Thank you. Mike Street, what's the best? Oh, I'll talk some football all day. Mike Street, what's the best method to get an offensive lineman's hands off your chest if he's holding you on the inside? I only played fullback and linebacker, and I don't think I have the best advice for him. I told the kids yesterday, right, because I'll coach the offense, defense line. If their hands are on you, buddy, you got to be so violent. That's why if they have some wrestling background, it really helps, right? Because wrestling, same, you got to chop. So chop at the elbows or pop up. Hyperextend those elbows, man. You got to get nasty with it. And for kids, it's not normal to be that aggressive. So you just got to train it a lot. But my thing is be violent, man. Make them where they're like, shit, I don't want to get my hands out. It hurts. Dude, jack them up. Jack them up. Imzavu, is it just me or does everyone get hyped for Wilder fights? He's a fun fight. I mean, one of the best knockout artists of all time. That's why I love me some Deontay Wilder, because you know he's not really in boring fights. Chris says, military vet here, 3 tours in Iraq. Besides Tim and Neil Magny, do you know of any other military veteran fighters? Well, thank you for your service. Man, I'm just off the top of my head. Current ones? Not really. Not really. For current ones, I mean, right? BSD served in the French military. Obviously, Tim Kennedy's a big name that did it. Santiago was a guy who did it back in the day. Brian Stan. I'm old school, man, so I just know the old guys. I don't think there's any really current. Obviously, Neil Magny, we know. Benoit St. Denis, Zachary Reese. Liz Carmouche, Brian Stan, Tim Kennedy. Then Amosov fought in the Ukraine. He was just like fighting for Russians just a fucking few months ago. That guy's a complete badass.
I wonder why they didn't put Neil here.
That's because ChatGPT doesn't know ball. They don't know ball. That's me, late to the party. Don't apologize for being late, kids. Ooh, Shesha, who had more screen time? Callan and Joker, Schaub and Scrub Daddy? Probably Callan and Joker. Alex Gerard, who do you got in Fluffy versus RoboCop? Fluffy. Frosty Feet, Big Brown. You think about making sweatpants to match the shirts? I didn't even think about that. I don't think I've ever made sweatpants. Thick Boy, we made some sweatpants. I don't know. We could talk about it.
Roots of Fight did it too. With
Roots of Fights did. Their merch is the best. Big Rich, Ian's under a spell. There's no need for him to act this way. Yeah, he's under that zesty spell, and that thing's powerful. Marshall says, hey, Shop, remember that time on King of Sting when you said Nicaraguan? Yeah, geez, boy, do I ever. And Theo was like, whoa. Omar says, GSP voiced a French character in that movie named Harry? Did he? And we were talking about Pixar? Look that shit up, Chin.
GSP voice acting.
Mojito, any lives during the Contender Series? No, sir. Oh, here's the Justin Stanley's picks. 4-0 KO, Oliveira decision, Johns decision, Souza sub, Montana sub, Gilliam decision, Miller KO, Delaville decision, Fiera decision. You think Fiera decision? I think Fiera finish. Salkeed KO. I like that. Yeah, so according to, again, AI, ChatGPT doesn't know ball, but says according to this, he does not voice a character in the animated movie.
It says here, though, but that's not.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys. Conor, can't wait for Arman to ragdoll Huffy. Omar, he's not Monsters University, Bubba. Tofar, hey B, have you guys gone to the wildlife place in New Braunfels? The place with the capoeiras? I haven't. We've driven over it. Driven by it. I think. We went to the Austin Zoo, which is like probably 15 minutes from here, Chin.
Here you go. But yeah, what?
If that thing's not If that thing's not in freaking the next documentary, I mean, me and my kids were an inch away from lines, and it's just like a regular fence like you'd see at a high school. I'm like, this can't be safe. It's lit. It's so cool. You can fucking touch them if you want. So UFC George St. Pierre voiced the shaggy purple monster art in Quebec French language dubbed. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're right. Omar, you're right. I apologize. So, see, I'm telling you, ChatGPT don't know ball. Neither does Chin. UFC champion GSP voiced the shaggy purple monster art in the Quebec French language dub of the 2013 Disney Pixar animated film Monsters University. In the original English version, the character was voiced by Charlie Day. That makes sense. That makes sense. You're right, dog. First gen dad, I pay $9.99 for buffering every 3 to 5 minutes. Is there a setting or something I'm doing wrong? Full bars, 5Gs, even happens when I'm home on good high speed.
Someone said that they changed it from auto to automatically picking 1080p. So just try that. That helps someone.
Also, what's he paying $9.99 for? This chat?
Remember, it changes different areas and plus devices too.
That's insane. This is not worth $9.99. Dela Cruz says still more screen time than Callan. I don't think so, man. Slow Fit Special Forces. Yeah, that was the show. I've been having communications with him. We'll see. Carlos, who remembers Bisping's first movie, Breakdown? Got that shit on DVD. I remember that. Young Grit, have you gone to Zach Bagans' museum in Vegas? It's crazy. You would dig it. Dude, I was there. It's so good. It's so good. That place is great. Chris says, you called the Izzy for Spo fight. Did they announce that, though? You see any news, Chin?
See it. No, that would have been huge.
I think that's the fight to make. Drew Casablanca says, I don't know about you, Brownies, but I'm excited for Contender Series. Hell yeah, I'm excited. There's no word about Izzy, right?
No.
That's the fight I would do. Where we at? I was playing TFAK yesterday. My girl was listening when y'all were talking about the good-looking guys. She was like, what the fuck are you watching? Told her we were all a little zesty here. Yeah, TFAK was super zesty. Brian brings it out of me, man. He's like Ian Machado Gary's wife with me. He just brings the zest out of me. I don't ask for it. He just does it. Now I feel like Ian Gary when I'm around Brian. And now I get it. Nolan Snyder, UFC went from guys like Don Fry to now Ian Gary. Times are changing. Yeah, it's just the state that we're in. Yeah, do not bet the house on Huffy. Don't do that. He could win, but I would not bet the house. You're good, Scoops. Correct. Obsessed. Very strange. Got to move on. Oh, I like this, Mikey. Big brown shorts would be all gas, no zest. That's a dope slogan. Jehovah Thickness, I'm a big fan of Gable. However, like you said, why do these amazing wrestlers fall in love with the stand-up? I think it's mental fatigue or grind wrestling. No, I just think it's something new, and I don't know. Most of them go away from it, except for the Daggies, and that's why they have success. Brandon says, finally got on. Good morning, folks. I saw a clip of you talking about Brian not being into the pod lately, but it seems he's back into it. Agree. Is all good now? Agree. And your Facebook is bringing back some oldies. Yes, sir. That's by design. Agree. Brian's been crushing it lately. It's all good. Trend God, did you see the new Poirier new meme? No. Mixed Martial Mike, welcome to the club. Nate Dog, did you follow the Daybell case a few years back? I don't think so. Slow fit, that's not a bad take regarding wrestlers not wrestling, because fans don't like wrestling. They want to earn fans and gain hype, so they got to stand and bang. Yeah, that's a good point, too. They're a product of the system, too, and the UFC is encouraging knockouts and stand-ups, so they're probably like, man, I want to make the most money possible. I can't just use my wrestling. But if you're, again, there's a way to wrestle not be boring. There's a way to break dudes, you know? Leland says, it's weird. Hard Knocks isn't compelling anymore. Don't know the exact reason, but ever since Rams were on it with Goff, no interest. It's lost its appeal a little bit. It's still good, though. I like it. Jay Lopez, what up from hot-ass Arizona? Yeah, that's hot. Cameron, give up UFC or Diet Coke? Diet Coke. I still roll with Diet Dr. Pepper, Diet Cherry Coke. I'll roll with Coke Zero, Diet Pepsi. I can't give up my UFC, baby.
It might jump.
Drum Dad, Rams suck though, do we? It's the Hawks this year. That's probably why it's boring, bro. Slowfist says probably because every team has their own social media now. In the past, Hard Knocks was never before seen stuff, but now every team releases their own stuff on YouTube. Yeah, and that's the problem with UFC too, right? Like, remember the countdowns or the 24/7s that Showtime and HBO would do? But now it's like every fighter's their own business and they're releasing content nonstop. So it's not as dope anymore, right? You're just like, yeah, I got it. The quiz, when did you start your kids at MMA? I have a 6-year-old that wants to start boxing. Let me bang, bro. I never started my kids MMA. I started Tiger in jiu-jitsu at 5. Bossy started wrestling jiu-jitsu at 5. And then, yeah. But it's boxing stuff. Like, I'll hold mitts for them, and they'll do the fight camp bag, but they're not getting punched in the face. We just do it to supplement football and baseball. Those kids, they're not going to fight. Nolan Snyder, remember when Bo Nichols said he could take on a gorilla but couldn't even beat RDR? Yeah, he came in hot, and I think he's been humbled, and he's back on the grind now. Still a fan. Alfie says, word in the gym is Lerone Murphy versus Arnold Allen is next for these two. Who would you have? It seems weird when they pair two UK guys. Doesn't often happen. It doesn't make much sense. It's a great fight, though, if you're English, right? That would go numbies in Manchester or Liverpool. Murphy's a bad pajama. Arnold just can't get over that number 2, number 1, right? He's anyone 3 below, he's a nightmare to deal with. I'd probably side with Murphy on that, even though I'm a big Arnold Allen fan. Omar, I don't think they're going to do Charles any favors anymore. He kind of ruined the BMF. Agree. I think the UFC's understanding him not taking this fight because Buddy passed away, but trust me, the UFC brass do not care. They're not going to do, I agree 100%, they're not going to do him any favors. Boom, boom, welcome to the party.
Let me know if you find it.
God, this thing jumps like hell. All right, yeah, I see where we're at. Adsmany, I saw the stream where Conor ran into Rampage, and it's funny how even someone as big as Rampage still gets a little starstruck. Yeah, it's Conor, man. Conor's quiz, start now. My brother, my son start wrestling at 3. 3's tough, Bubba. 3's tough. My son's playing tackle football at 6. Even that, 6 is young. I start at 6. I'm a dumbass. Alex says, sticking with my guns on the Diego versus Usman fight, especially after that KO from Diego in the White House. Yeah. I like that, brother. Diego would be a good test for him. Not a champ yet. Still a prospect. You know, I like that. That'd be a good test for him. Cosento says, isn't Ian versus Islam a lose-lose? Also heard your... Oh, interesting. Isn't Ian versus Islam a lose-lose? No, because Islam sets records if he wins, right? Most wins in a row, title defenses, stuff like that. He's a big star, too. Shrug Lord says, if Alex and you talk about Poatan. So if Poatan Hokit fight, is Hokit's easiest path to victory just blast double legs with Alex upright kickbox sets? I think Hokit's speed advantage. It's long, boring night to victory. I don't think it's long and boring. I think he could ground and pound him, do a lot of damage there. I think he'd get in a little bit of trouble. I think he gets wobbled. Like, that's a good scrap. And remember, Potan's no punk. He's not some elite wrestler, but, he's tough, man. He's tough. And Kalaev, right? Like, he's not just some punk out there. Mixed Martial Mike, thank you for a donation, brother. Douglas says, has hand dynamite. He's like Ilya, Kevin Viejo's archetype. Tommy Guns is defensively irresponsible volume puncher. I think he's going to sleep. He could. Again, the hype on Tommy Guns is you see some good things as far as his cardio, especially his mentality. Obviously on the mic, he's fun. Defensively irresponsible. But again, at this level, I'm hoping that gets better when he moves up. But if not, he's not going to be around for too long. I borrow fit. Have you been to any Cars and Coffee in Texas? I have, but this was before the kiddos' sports really ramped up. Now I have no free weekends. Mr. Offensive Stream says, check your app notifications. You might have the YouTube notifications off. Stevie G, can we get a little 3-leg parlay for this weekend's fights that the Brownies can all ride on? Yeah, there's some dudes here that do legit bets. So someone sent us a 3-leg parlay. Patty, do you think they should have signed Usman, made him do a quick turnaround fight Arman instead of Huffy? No, because most people don't know who Usman is. And it's L.A. Like, you ain't putting Usman's ass on the big L.A. card as the main event or co-main event at this point. Jesse the Plumber says, Sharon RAF? Yeah, that doesn't make it's a weird signing to me. Mike Street, good luck, brother. That's tough. Boom, boom, welcome to the party. You're full of it, Connor. Ian Gary is rumored to be walking out with the LGBTQRSW flag. No chance. How about them Dodgers? It's a tough patch right now. But, dude, Dodgers, we wake up in October, baby. You know how we do. Slowfit, did you hear Ali talk about Justin versus Islam? He's implying Justin going to move up or Islam's going to move down. He's got to be close to the source, yeah? Yeah, he manages both of them, so he's probably putting the fight together. Omar, did your trees bounce back? They did. Those two that I planted myself, and I didn't listen to you guys and knock off the root dirt. They're good. They're good. They're not great. Stevie G, I was a little late because I was listening to the animal guys Rogan had on Insane Stories. That's the guy from the doc, right? I'm just putting that together now. I'm going to have to listen to that. But that's the doc I was telling you guys about. Frosty Feet, hey B, just started my landscaping and dumpster business. Any advice on what to do and not to do as a business owner? Buddy, comes to that stuff, I have no clue. Landscaping, I deal with landscapers all the time. Just be consistent, man, and don't, you might get a house for like 3 months and then you stop doing what got you the job and you do the bare minimum. People notice, and that's when you lose business. So just be good at, take pride in your job, man, whatever it is. Leland, it hurts my heart you're not on the SMU train. Still time, brother. No, dude, I'm going to see you buff, man. Come on. Philip, I played hockey for 10 years when I was young, and I really have use for the ground muscle mass I have now that I'm a father. Yeah, you use all sorts of muscles being a dad. Rolling Gold, Brian Stan was basically Captain America. Correct. Very smart dude, too. He's like in hedge funds now, balling. Gonzo, did you see Ryan Garcia's latest performance? He looked sharp. He's fighting Conor Ben, yeah? Tyler, brand new member here. Welcome, brother. I'm a deputy sheriff in San Diego. Thank you, sir. I must recover from an ACL meniscus tear. Jesus, the swelling only lasted for about 5 days after the injury. Only gave out if changing direction. That makes sense. M3RK says, I'm an Arman fan, but almost wanted him to lose. I'm getting sick of all these fighters that only fight once every 1 to 1.5 years. They hold everything up for way too long. Yeah, I don't know if it's a Arman thing, a UFC thing. Is that why he's doing RAF and all this streaming and shit? I don't know what's going on there, but he needs to get in that octagon, and he needs to dominate. You know what I'm saying? And Hoofy's a guy who can dominate. In all honesty, he should dominate him. Update, I'm still a roofer, and it's Cash Kev says, update, I'm still a roofer, and it's still 110 today. Yeah, Steamroller is military. That's right. He was a Marine, I believe. Shout out to Matt. Army. Sorry, he was an Army. Cody, Hoka seems unproven to me. Hear me out. He beat initial cans in the beginning. Then he got to Curtis, who's not a world beater. Lewis is done. Now we can see what Hoka's got real competition. Yeah, but that's the path of a prospect. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are trying to crown Stevenson world champion. It's like he's going to beat 2 cans. It's like, but that's how this goes. We just got to wait. Imzavu, imagine if Deontay folds Usyk like he did Brazil. Dude, I was ringside with my brother at that Brazil fight, and we sat next to his family. Brother, that was a tough night. Glenn, hey, Bubba, we rarely hear about your diet. Just wondering what daily calorie diet looks like for a beast like yours. You did mention intermittent fasting. Correct. I usually don't eat till I get out of here, so I usually don't eat till about 2:30, and then by the time I get all the kids' stuff together for football, I got to get to practice early since I'm a coach. I'm on the field from I leave the house at 4, so let's say I'm on the field from about 4:30 to about 7:30. By the time I get home, shower, eat, it's 8:30, so I'll eat like a lean protein or whatever, calories at that time. Not junk food, but, I can't have some carbs because I'm definitely not eating that many calories during the day. But that's about it. I don't have like some strict thing, man, right now. I just don't eat a ton.
What do you typically eat for your first meal when you get out of here?
Whatever's at home. So, I cooked steak last night, and I'll cook some super rare. So then the next day, I'll just have wifey make some white rice. And my favorite meal is white rice with cut up sirloin steak.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Jim Reed, you and Callan were talking about the best-looking baseball players, but who do you think is the coolest growing up? I always thought David Ortiz was the man. Ryan Sandberg was my favorite. Roland Golan, Korean Zombie had to take time off because in Korea everyone has to serve. Facts, that's true. SB Youngbloods, nice shirt, B. Thank you, sir. BigBrownLive.com. Alex says, Izzy had a voice acting gig in the anime called Baki on Netflix. That makes sense. Sam, what's your favorite fight you've watched of all time? Izzy Poetan 2, Izzy Kelvin Gastelum, Gusfin John Jones, 1, of course. Oof. Galvin says, Usman versus Charles, who wins in your opinion? Listen, Charles is long in the tooth, man. He's still super dangerous, but Usman's in his prime, 20-0. Or it might be 22-0 where the hell he is. That's a tough fight for Charles. I don't like it. Usman hasn't earned the right to fight a guy like Charles. We don't do that. Drew says, would you say Bisping has more movie screen time now than Conor does? Absolutely. He's been in way more stuff. Cody says, follow-up, not saying Hoka is a bad fighter. I just want to see him fight someone who can actually compete with Hoka and make it interesting. And he'll get there. I mean, Curtis Blades is no punk, man. Like, that was not an easy fight. You know, even though Curtis Blades, as you guys said, is not a world beater, he's pretty fucking good, man. He's been consistently, top 6 for how many years? Like, that's not an easy fight. Mike, better see you buff. Cordell, Rashawn Salam. Rashawn Salam. Keep going down. Chin stir. We're going to go to 12. How much time do you need to get ready for a fight in the kitchen? 20 minutes?
Yeah.
So we'll go to 12:30. Cody Burns says definitely worth $9.99. I don't think so, dude. But thank you. Leland says I would suggest for you and the fam when you're in Dallas next, Bob's Steakhouse, old school. I love my favorite things about old school steakhouse. Trump and Dad, Yo B, I'm looking at a Model S Plaid. Talk me off the edge. That's what Ian Gary drives. That took you off the edge? Gonzo, did anyone else see Chanel's? Chael or Chanel? There's some misspelling here, so help me out here. Did anyone see, I'm assuming Chael's rant on Segura's situation? Why is Segura giving his thoughts on the Segura situation? I have not seen it. Trend God, have you watched the movie Lone Survivor? Yep. I'll tell you what's crazy is my kids love that movie. For whatever reason, they love that movie. Patrick, weekend plans? Here, 2 minutes early. It is Ficus Friday. Weekend plans. Both kiddos have football tomorrow, so because I'm a coach on Tigers team, they're both at 8 a.m. on different fields. So I'll spend an hour and change doing practice with Tiger, then I'll rush over to Bossy's practice. Should be done by 10. Then we're chilling, baby. Watering the Ficuses, watching the fights at night, cooking dinner. Jay Lopez, the new Ultimate Fighter show has actually been pretty good. I said it. Yeah, I have no desire to watch that bullshit. Ramen, wrestling doesn't earn bonuses. I know, but short-sighted to fight like that. Carlos says, how dare you say this isn't worth $9.99? It sure as hell is. Love you and Chin and Big Brown community. Thank you, sir. It shouldn't be $9.99. Everyone's not paying $9.99, right? That'd be insane. That has to be some bullshit thing if you're in, I don't know where you're at. But if you're in America, North America, it should not be $9.99. That'd be insane. Abe, if Ian loses, what do you think would be his next move? They're gonna, especially after all this bullshit, they're not gonna tread lightly. He's gonna get a dog. He's gonna get. It depends what they want to do with Michael Morales. Because Carlos Prata is number one. They've already fought, so they're not going to do that. Depending on what they do with Michael Morales. JDM, Bonfim, he's going to get something like that. Top 6 cat who's surging. Gian Grate says, would you ever do WWE if they offered you a bag? If so, what would your wrestler name be? Big Brown. Although everyone's tan in that, and I'm not that big compared to them, so I don't know. I'd probably stick with Big Brown. Omar, Big Brown, 4-inch seam gym shorts for merch would be great. Dude, I have 6-inch. That's when my nuts hang out on this show, so you got to be careful. Correct, Wally. Darren Elkins' retirement fight this weekend. Here's the thing, though. He's talking about fighting BKFC.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that makes you sad. Mike Street, purple lips. Are you talking about Brian referring to A-Rod's lips? I'm like, dude, that is so zesty. Trend God, my boy Richie Miranda, finally in the UFC, fights this Saturday. Good luck to Richie. Oh, buddy, the Shad Show. If you had a chance to meet a serial killer and interview them, would you? God, I wouldn't want to do like an interview and like film, like me and Chin show up and Chin bust the camera out. I'd be down to sit and talk to him. I don't know if I'd need to make content. Where would I post on here? Like most of the community's fight fans are like, why the fuck is Schaub sitting down with John Wayne Gacy? You know? I don't know. For my own interest, I would. J. Luke, what if Gary made a video of all the times he said something zesty on a podcast? I think you'd be winning 10-8 and not in a good way. Oh, buddy. As far as first team all zesty, out of my 14 years of podcasting, I destroy Ian Gary when it comes to being gay. Not even close. Here's the difference. I'm not selling a world championship fight against Islam Makhachev. I'm a dumbass on a comedic podcast. That's the difference. So when people want to be like, yeah, you've said some gay stuff, correct. And I joke around with my buddies and I make money doing that. Ian Gary has to sell himself as a world-class technician and convince people on why he's going to be Islam Makhachev. Saying I'm vegan, saying women should run the world is not the way to fucking do it. That's the difference. There's no argument. First team all zesty, I'm the captain of the team. I joke around with my buddies. I'm not serious. Ian Machado Gary's dead serious. That's why we can joke around about being zesty and me and Brian calling each other gay and all that stuff, because we know we're in on the fun. It's not serious. Ian Machado Gary is dead serious. That's the difference.
I'll prepare for a job. So Romy Jones is back.
And I hope he makes a video of that. That'd be so funny. All the years of being gay, me and Theo, me and Brian talking about gay shit. Are you kidding me? Listen, on Monday's Fighter and the Kid, me and Brian spent 20 minutes of the most zesty convo of MLB. Who's the most handsome baseball player? You know? Nate Dogg, I think it's the furthest behind the chat has been. I feel like I mentioned the Daybell case like 15 minutes before it was brought up. Sorry, man. Yeah, is it me? Am I going too long? Zavu says, wait, B, you've always said your Tiger Bossy won't fight, but I've always wondered, what do you do if they get the bug? Would you train them? You know how it goes. I would definitely try to steer them away from it. If you have their athletic ability, you're not fighting. That's just such a bad idea. Shay Show, I saw a trend on TikTok that you blindly taste Diet Coke in a can, bottle, from McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, from a gas station, and the girl got 5 out of 5 correct. Could you do that? 1,000%. That's light work, Bubba. The only thing I would mess you up is from McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, or the gas station. Because sometimes the syrup to soda water ratio is messed up, so that might throw you for a loop, but I'd be all right. Scoops is cool. Chain question, have you done anything to the Cybertruck?
Yeah, I installed pretty much everything myself except for the wrap, but I did lowering links, wheel spacers, front lip, rear lip, spoiler, some other stuff.
Caliber covers. Didn't you do red caliber covers?
See, I forgot already.
You have some carbon fiber on there?
Yeah.
Manny, thank you, sir. Comic Cody B, did you see the video of DDP being asked if he could beat up 100 at Alexa Grasso's and start grabbing the air with his rag out? Just saw that yesterday. What's a rag out? Rouge out?
Rouge is like makeup.
Interesting. Oh, with his tongue out. That's funny. Yeah, DDP's funny, man. Slowfit says, did that one dude ever start the Discord yet? I have no clue. I don't know much. I don't know what Discord is. Nolan Snyder, I wish Bryce Mitchell would do more BJJ shows. He's got beautiful BJJ and love watch it. Yeah, that'd be good for him. Now, if he's competing with like those big dogs, that's a different animal. Carlos says, that's what I started the Discord for. Send me a DM on Insta, Antonio_Cornholio, and we can share parlays and stuff like that. Oh, dig it. Wally, are you pulling for Darren Till in his next fight? Yes, sir. I always pull for Darren Till. Roland Golan, is there a world where Killian and Tommy Guns fight? No. 2 different weight classes, Bubba. Nick says, MMA is a masculine sport. Ian's shooting himself in the foot with his shtick, just unlikable at this point. Yeah. Conor, Ian Gary's wife is a Mossad agent? Maybe. East Texas Timepiece, I think you may be better off planting trees once it cools down a little bit. Yeah, probably. I don't know about that, Slow Fit. He says that's not Arman's fault why he's not being active. He says the UFC put him on timeout. I guarantee Arman would be an active champ. You might be right. Now, as active as he is in RAF and stuff like that, you might be right. Ramen Jesus says, think the UFC would ever include language in the contract that would not allow the fighter to decline more than 1 fight annually, so they keep them moving in divisions. They have what they do have in their contract now is if you decline, it extends your contract. So it's not good. When you decline, it's like, all right. And it doesn't count towards, it just extends your contract. I think it's a sunset clause type of thing. Leo says, B, what's your honest opinion on Chin's Cybertruck? Again, I don't like any electric cars, but out of all the Cybertrucks, Chin's the best I've seen. They look pretty dope.
Thanks, dude.
Exalted Born. Brendan, forget Ian Gary's personality. Does movement, length, and takedown defense give Islam his toughest matchup at 170, or does Islam still dominate? Islam's so damn good. He's pound for pound for a reason, number one. But yeah, all zestiness aside, it should be his toughest one, by far. It should be his toughest fight. Abe says, when you guys get zesty on TFAK, it reminds me of older episodes. Older episodes would get super zesty. Yeah. We were basically 2 game, man. Scoops is cool. TFAK on a Friday. Brian's missing Monday, so that it will air on Monday. Philip, you'll be been watching since 2019. Huge fan. I'm currently 25, chasing professional hockey. Just moved back from Minnesota and got a couple of invites to some camps this upcoming season. Any advice? Yeah, dude. Do your thing at those camps, brother. Right? You got to separate yourself. So whatever that is. And they're obviously inviting you because you can ball. You know what I'm saying? You can ice. Yeah, if that's what you call in hockey. I don't know hockey, but you can ice. You can ice, son. So you're there for a reason, man. You just got to – they're not asking you to do anything you can't do. You know what I'm saying? So ball out. You're there for a reason. The Quiz 14, when's the full violence collab dropping, brother? I want to say 2 weeks. Nick, going to Denver for the first time in a few weeks for a concert. Are you going to Red Rocks? What are some food spots or things to do? Food spots, Cherry Creek Grill, Cherry Cricket, best burger you have in your life. There's a number of good places. Shanahan's Steakhouse is great, a little pricey. Tokyo Joe's. I think there might be one in Arizona, but it's a Denver chain, Tokyo Joe's. It's the best teriyaki bowls you ever have. That's the one thing I miss about Denver. Yeah, we are way behind because they're talking about prices. Keep going down, Chin.
Okay.
Most people say $6.99, $4.99, $7.99.
As we go down, though, let me play our ad real quick.
We got an ad?
Yep. Just
Hit
a
it.
quick one.
Sorry, y'all. Hit it. Hopefully it's better than the Scrub
and
Daddy.
welcome to Pluto Phone. If you know the name of the movie you would like to see,
13
just stream it for
minutes.
free on Pluto TV, where all your blockbuster favorites are landing all summer long. Catch Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. Fantastic. The Matrix Trilogy.
Welcome to the real world.
Mean Girls.
Shut up!
Titanic.
I'm the king of the world!
And so much more. For Showtimes, press nothing. They're free 24/7.
That is so fetch.
On Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
All right, we're back.
All right. Let me see.
That's the bottom right
Yeah, scroll up. Nav, welcome to the party. Keep scrolling up. There we go. Eric Perez, I bought this membership finally after having a talk with a 6th grade about character, being selfless, and respecting your parents. That's cool. The Shay Show, what sparked your interest in doing a live show with a running chat? That's a good question. I think this is my favorite. In all honesty, this is my favorite thing to do. Is Big Brown Breakdown. It's my favorite thing to do. So we're trying to add more content. I think Nick and Ching came up with the idea. We were going to do on Patreon, but I just thought this was a better way to do it. And then also, like with the regular shows, say like Monday and Thursday, because just the nature of the business, like around the White House, around UFC 329, there's so much to talk about. I could do 5 shows a week. There's so much content to talk about. But this, having the questions, like I could do this 5 times a week and talk to you guys easily. So it's just a way to stay engaged. You know, I love it. I wish I did this 10 years ago. But better late than never. Recoil says, Ian's next move if he loses, making a salad and having an emotional talk with his team. Trump Dad says, I'm only here for the live reads, yeah. Sean Weaver says, my membership was free for the first month and for some reason $4.99 after. Yeah. The Shay Show, you guys need a full-time clipper. I make clips out of podcasts all the time when you have a hot take or even Callan. You go back and forth. It's gold. DM me, Shay Show. DM me. Big Dog Ryan. Unfortunately, Ian is all that's happening right now in MMA. Give it a couple months, we won't be talking about him. Correct. Nevada says, yo, Big Brown, could you please have Steven Seagal on? I don't think he's coming on, Bubba, and I don't know what the hell we talk about. Gonzo says, we got Delio with zesty shorts on Golden Hour. Yeah, he'll bust out some zestiness. Slowfit, I'd rather B take his time rather than speed through the chat and use one-word responses. This is marathon, not a sprint. True. Glenn says, first time joining, paying for the chat. Seems to move extremely slow. Again, depends what you guys want. I can rush through them and give you short answers, or I can go on tangents and answer your questions. Big Dog Ryan. Brendan, can you tell me why Poton is ranked higher than Hokit? He hasn't even fought at heavyweight. It's very. I agree. At heavyweight, that's strange. He's had one heavyweight fight, looked awful, and Hokit actually has legit wins at heavyweight. That doesn't make sense. I assume with those new meta rankings, they're calculating in like previous wins at light heavyweight, middleweight, which is stupid. Keep going down, Chin. Romy Jones. B, if I have a picture I took with you, how can I get it signed for the man cave? Stay thick, homie. Email Chin or DM me. Big Dog Ryan said, not sure why I sent the uncle alert, but YouTube said to. Yeah, people send the uncle alert. I don't get it. Omar, dude, you're talking to 600 people. You're killing it. Who cares if you're reading comments 10 minutes after? You still remember our references that can't be easy. Oh, thanks, brother.
Yeah, I mean, regular chats, they'll kind of just let things go and they'll just answer them on the fly. But,
Oh, really?
But you want to read everyone's question.
So am I doing it wrong?
No, it's not wrong. It's just like you're giving everyone an opportunity. So it just depends on what they want, I guess. They could take a vote or whatever.
Yeah, you guys let me know. If you want me to stay current and just bounce around, I can do that. I kind of like going through everyone's, so we'll figure it out. Imzavu says, what's up, Jim? What are you up to this weekend? We never ask him because it's the same answer every time.
You got it.
I don't know, man. Normac, I don't see what's left for Justin Gaethje to prove. I really don't like most matchups for him. Me neither, but he's finally going to make FU money if he does fight, so it's that. Ryan Hubbs, what up, B? Do you think Arman Huffy will be a boring fight? I feel like Arman will just hold him down. No, Arman will finish him. Huffy can't keep up on the ground. If he keeps getting taken down, eventually he's going to get exhausted, and Arman submits him. Show, did you ever have contract problems when you were in the UFC, or do you feel like they were fair at the time? They were fair. I mean, yeah. No, I had no issues. Stevie G, just got my shirt while listening to Let's Go. Gonna look like a Coke can at the Sacramento fights. Hell yeah, dude.
All right, it might jump.
All right.
Yeah, it's right there.
Gotcha. Perfect. Sam says, Arman said the UFC told him whoever wins this fight gets a title shot. Yeah, they said that before. Nick, yes, the concert at Red Rock Reggae Festival. Interesting. Slowfit, yes, we got Tokyo Joe's here in AZ. I love Tokyo Joe's. Comment Cody, I saw the BBB shirt with the chain link. What shirts were those? Do you got a picture, brother? Slowfit, and just think you were nervous about doing the live shows. Chat now, it's your favorite. True, fair point. Arch says Ian's walking out with a picture of Schaub. See, Mula, I know I said it feels like we're missing out not having Till in the UFC, but boy, I'm excited the BKFC fight. How do you think that fight goes? I think Till beats him. Yeah, I think Till beats him. Jaquez Pierre, welcome to the party. Ryan Hubbs, do you think since Charles pulled out, Charles versus Patty could be next? I don't like that for Patty. No, I don't think they want to miss out on Patty Ilya. People are digging the chat. No vote. This is perfect. This is the best chat, man. Real conversations. All right. After a bit later, we're just stoked that you give us some time. Read as many of you as you want. All right.
Okay, it might jump again.
Everyone's saying keep the flow. All right.
It's around here.
I see where we're at. Patrick, you're seriously crushing it by reading basically every chat. Most live streams only read a select few plus the super chats that pay. This is my favorite. Awesome. All right, we'll keep going. Kay says, my only suggestion, read the ones that start with do, what, where, why. Nah, dude. This ain't that formal. Scoop School, MSG November, Tom versus Gon, Peter versus Marab. I'd love that. Mike Mukai, love you, B. Have a good weekend. You taking off, Bubba?
All right, that's the bottom right there.
All right, we got 3 minutes left, kids. So anything else, send it. All gas, no zest. That's right, Mikey. Big Dog Ryan, Brendan, I'm a big David Martinez fan. Do you think that he has the potential to break through the top 5 and become champion? He has never disappointed fight. Yeah, David Ortiz is a monster. I'm also a fan. Don Leif, thank you, sir. It's his favorite because it's censored. Shit show. With doing 5 shows a week and all your kids' sports, do you ever sit back to smell the roses? With my kids, I do. With their sports. Alex, Prime Kimbo versus current Yoel. Ooh, Bubba. Current Yoel? Tough. Sean J. Murph, just watched the Ian versus Pratis last night. Seems like Ian just kind of dances around. Feels like Islam has too much pressure for him and will beat him by the 3rd. Probably. Jesus Christ, Omer. Just joined. Been listening since I was in 7th grade. Listen to this while rucking and getting ready for Special Forces. Damn, you're a beast, dude. Good luck, brother. Yeah, maybe you should make a All Zesty award and give it out. Jesse Plummer, another Russian fighter, Rizvan Kunev, has been tested positive. Oh, crazy. Wow, that never happens to them. Normac, what was your question, brother? Sometimes it jumps. You don't want to read my question today. What do you got, brother? You think Ilya will still fight Islam if he loses? No, Islam and him are never fighting. Especially after getting annihilated by Patty. I think, I'm sorry, by Justin Gaethje. He's probably like, okay, I can't be fighting big guys. Jesse, that's 10 of them now. I think the ones they don't fail are getting away with PDs. No comment. The Beats 805. Sorry I'm late. You think BJJ athletes would be more successful in the UFC if they had longer rounds? No, I just don't think it's... It just doesn't translate. You know, if it depends on the jiu-jitsu style, if they can get them down, stuff like that, but just wouldn't translate. Dricus, thank you for your donation, brother. Why is it zesty for Ian Gary to be vegan, but the Diaz brothers aren't the most well-known vegan, but the Diaz brothers aren't as the most well-known UFC fighters in the UFC? Are the Diaz brothers 100% vegan?
No, they eat fish. Like some of them eat fish and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think they're first team all vegan like Ian, and they're not doing commercials for PETA. That'd be the difference, brother.
Nate might have done one back in the day.
Yeah, zesty as hell. Sam, Ian gassed out in the 5th against Prates. I think the same happens with Islam. If he gets to the 5th, yeah, it could be a problem. Yeah, but Treeks, it's not just the vegan stuff. The vegan stuff's whatever. It's just on top of it, you know? Slow fit, correct. Plus, it's not just the vegan stuff that makes him zesty. No. All right, kids, that's it. It's 12:30 on the dot. I gotta get ready for T-Fat K because Callan's missing Monday, so we're doing it today, dudes. All right, and ladies. So that's it. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys. What is today? Friday. I will see you guys Monday. Enjoy the fights tomorrow. Killian Salkid is going to do work, so enjoy the fights, and I will see you guys Monday. That's it, kids. As always, love you. I'm out. I'm Big Brown. I'm out.